Oh boy, this is going to be a real fun one to talk about because this is actually, I think, potentially in relation to the California law that was passed. I can't remember how long ago. Basically, about how companies are now being given time that if they aren't actually purchasing a product, that they should be warned or told that you are not, in fact, purchasing a product like in a digital store, but that you are renting a license instead if you were to get games digitally. So let's actually talk about this. So the new Silent Hill F Xbox ad makes it clear that you're only buying a license, and this isn't just limited to Xbox. This is basically across all digital platforms. It just so happens that the Xbox brand is the one that is advertising it in the way in which it is. And I do agree with the subtitle of this article that I just genuinely have never seen this advertised like it before. So, this is an article by Fraser Gilbert at purexbox.com. So, we've seen a lot of discourse around digital games and whether you truly own them or not um, over the past few years. And as spotted by one particular Xbox fan, Silent Hill F makes a specific reference to this in its latest Xbox advert. As you can see in the ad, there's a mention underneath the available now banner that buying or purchasing any digital products is a license, a particular is a particularly prominent way of getting the message across. The person who shared the image even highlighted how they haven't seen it advertised this way before. So this is on the Xbox Reddit posted by Flametoad, who basically subtitles, "What an odd thing to say." So we've got, Silent Hill F ad on the bottom right hand side saying sponsored. Then it says, Silent Hill F. We've got Hinako's face with the red plant on the right and the blue on the left. Well, no, her right and you know what? Just forget. Silent Hill F cover saying available now, and then directly underneath it, it says buying in quotes or purchasing in quotes any digital product is a license. That's what it says on the screen. And this portfolio has, let's see, Gears of War 2 on the left, Rocket League directly above Silent Hill F, and to the right, Battlefield 2048, Call of Duty, the Call of Duty launcher, Resident Evil, that's Resident Evil 0? Yeah, I think that's Resident Evil 0. And Friday remastered, by the way, and Friday the 13th, the game. I digress. Now, as mentioned by various commenters, it seems the reason is so prominent is because of a new California law that forces digital stores to tell customers that they're only getting a license to their content if stores want to use terms like buy or purchase. It has to come with this kind of disclaimer. And I remember for a fact that Steam was already trying to get ahead of it by changing their terms and conditions. But in addition to that, adding additional messaging at the point of purchase when you're at the cart. Don't be surprised if more adverts along these lines keep cropping up over the months and years ahead. Then, and to be honest, we think it's a good thing. The more transparency these stores can provide about our purchases, the better. And that's exactly why I have been trying to get my hands on a physical copy of Silent Hill F. Even though my local JB Hi-Fi, well, the nearby JB Hi-Fis, I should say, just don't seem to have the damn game in stock, which is actually kind of really annoying. Because I feel like we're not even getting that much stock anymore. That being said, what do we have here on the Reddit? So it says here in the comments here. Despite Girls says it's part of California's law, admitting that you're buying a licensed content, not just buying it, which links to the Verge article. Californication, the Red Hot Chili Peppers used to dream about this. Well, I mean, Californication is a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know or haven't been around in the early to mid 2000s. Um, that's also true about all content. You don't just own just license. It's much harder to kill a disc than digital license. Very true. That time Xbox servers were down. No problem. I have Elden Ring on disc. The DLC won't work, but I can play the base game. Base game doesn't work because the DLC can't authorize. Flames on my face. Breathing. breathless, heavy breathes. Oh man, that's very funny. Usually I find California's law a bit weird, but I'm glad this one is here to inform that digital games are never owned and they can take them from you whenever they want. It's exactly why I will never buy a Meta Quest. Meta is by far the worst when it comes to taking away things you bought. That's interesting. I didn't actually know about that. I might need to look into that. But definitely for a fact, we can say with absolute certainty that, like, digital games are in a very similar place. Steam does the same thing now on the final checkout page. And he's added a photo in case anyone's unsure what it looks like. But basically, this poor fellow's got Battlefield 6, who's pre-ordering it for £60 for their account. And at the bottom here, underneath continued payment, is a purchase of a digital product grants a license for the product on Steam. For full terms and conditions, please see the Steam subscriber agreement. And of course, it has continue shopping on the bottom left and remove all items on the bottom right. So it all comes back to the idea of not Xbox doing anything bad, but rather the industry as a whole moving into the sort of all digital future and it being more of a pain in the ass to deal with more than anything else in between. So I do kind of want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. What do you guys reckon about this whole situation? Do you think that California's law was a good thing? That we're getting some good information about this? That this transparency is actually positively affecting digital storefronts? Or do you think there was just no point in doing this because it truly changes nothing? I'd be curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year. With all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.